It's Halloween time, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a spooky, creepy table for your porch or for anywhere you'd like to use it. If you want to see how, stick with me. What's up, Glue Dots? I'm Elaine, the Midnight Crafter. Finally, it's October, and I'm finally going to do my first fall or seasonal or whatever DIY for you guys. I have been trying to hold on to summer with everything in me, and you know what? I guess October is coming whether I like it or not. It's finally here, so we're gonna get right into my DIY for a Halloween spooky craft table. And I would love for you first, before we do that, if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the bell next to it to be notified every time I upload a new video. And also, if you like my crazy little videos, give me a thumbs up. That would be amazing. Love to hear from you guys. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if you'd like to see anything different, if you like the project, if you don't like it. Anyway, you know what? Let's just do it. Okay, this may not be one of my more, I don't know, professional craft making videos, but I have to sit on my floor because this is a bigger project. So we have our skulls. We're going to take all the labeling off the bottom because we don't want that to show. And while I'm sitting here actually doing that, I want to let you know too that these candy cane things, they weren't this small, but this is what they look like, but I spray painted them black for this project. I thought I was going to use them for something else, so I didn't bother to show that beforehand what it looked like, but this is what they look like, just giant size, so that you kind of have a reference. If you put a little water on these or alcohol and let it sit on there, it helps to get these labels off. You know, those of you that watch a lot of my videos know that I love alcohol for using to get off labels, it gets off Sharpie marker off your surfaces if you get it on yourself or on your desk. So it's a nice thing to have around. That and paper towels are always by my side at my crafting area. Okay, so this project is going to take a little bit of finagling and some patience. And if you have someone that can help, you would probably be easier because you can easily use extra arms for this one. So what we're going to be doing is taking one of the skulls to start with, and we're going to be attaching our candy canes, which have been spray painted black, and kind of a triangular pattern, so that they form a base. I'm going to start with the one in the back. And find where it meets the skull, where it touches. And we want it to be upright because we're going to be fitting in skulls along the way here. See where that point touches, make sure it's kind of upright. And then squeeze in your hot glue. And hold that there and let it cool off a bit before you let it go. So here's how I've attached it on there. And we may need to give it some extra glue, some stability here because it's still a bit wobbly without extra hands to hold it. What we want to do is glue this next piece somewhere up here, just in front of that cheekbone by the eye socket area, sort of tilting outwards, not too much forward because then it won't give you the stability you need. Maybe even a bit sideways, that would work out really well. I'm gonna put some glue, kind of a good glob of glue, almost like a big teardrop, and then add in my other candy cane. So again, hold it until it really cools off, and try and make sure too that you've got some space in between these upper ones and they're going as straight up as possible, because we're going to be putting some more skulls in there. It's getting a little better having two pieces, but this glue really needs to cool off. So I'm going to try, while I'm holding that in place, to give him another teardrop on the other side and hold my other black candy cane in place. Okay, it's getting there. It's really important to let that glue dry, because it really gets wobbly. Okay, we're going to try putting our second skull in place. I think by putting the second skull in here, it might help us to add a little more. I feel like I say stability a lot, but I think it might add a little more stability. Now, you can face it any way you want. Again, just make sure that you have some surface area that it's going to be touching. I'm going to put some glue at the middle of his upper part of his eye socket. Maybe not a whole ton of hot glue so that it can cool off more quickly. And get that one in there first. Then worry about the other parts. Okay, we'll glue the back of the skull. And then we'll go with some glue in a couple places here. It looks like with this one, I have a couple spots I can put the glue for some security at the upper part and down at the cheekbone. So just look wherever you have surface area that's going to be touching and attach it there. Just whatever is going to give you the best hold. Okay, you know what? That was the hardest part, just getting that first one stabilized so that I could get the second one in. Once you get that second one, it should be a little easier to do, because now you don't have to worry about holding it up. So let's see how our third skull is going to fit in here. Looks like my sticks are a little cockeyed, but I think in the end, as long as our plate that we're going to put on top is not tipping or anything, we should be okay. Do you ever feel like you could use a third arm, maybe like coming out of your forehead or something, to hold things? Oh, there's so many times when I just wish I had a third arm. Now I'm going to let that cool off for a little bit, and I'm going to take my plate. This is one of those plastic plates, or melamine, or whatever you call them, from Dollar Tree. And I happened to find this marble one. Wasn't sure what I was going to use it for, but then when I decided to make this project, I thought it'd be perfect for it. I also got some of these little LED string lights. I thought I was getting clear. I bought red and yellow. So we're going to go with a red, because I think red will also work out nicely on this. Doesn't have to only be for Christmas. I felt kind of like, you know, it sort of fits like the blood theme and all that. Before I go through the trouble of gluing these around my plate, I do want to get some batteries and make sure that they work, because that would really be the pits to attach them and find out they don't work. So hang on. Okay, did I have a premonition or what? These little lights are not working. Plan B is take this to my awesome and amazing husband, because he can fix anything. So hold on. Again. I'm back and they're fixed. Wowee. For so much effort for a little $1 pack of lights. So we're going to be turning the plate upside down, and we're going to glue the battery pack on here. Make sure that you glue the side down that doesn't have the screw, because you want to be able to take that off and change the batteries if need be. Now we're going to go and glue around the lights so they're just showing at the edge of the plate like that. Just a little bit of glue. You just need enough to hold that kind of in place, but without melting your light. So this is how they will look once they're glued on. Can't see very well from the daylight right now. See, I should be crafting at midnight, that's why. All right, and then our final step is going to be to put this on top of our little skeleton tower that we made right here. Put the glue on the top of the candy cane pieces because that's gonna be easier than trying to figure out on the plate where those are gonna be. And just set my plate right on there. I think we've got it, by Jove. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you this probably tonight when you can actually see in the dark and really get the full effect of the lights. Maybe I'll show you day and night. Let's see. All right, ready to see it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. You know the drill, guys. It really helps me out when you do that, and I really appreciate it. So let's show you how this looks. Well, as some of you know, my projects seem to morph as they go along, and this is a thought I had last night, but I didn't actually do it today when I made the project, so I am adding this on. So I went real quick to Dollar Tree, and I got 3 sets of these skeleton tongs, and I'm gonna be using my hot knife and cutting these off at the wrist. I just opened the window for some good ventilation, and I'm gonna start off just at that point where it gets a little knobby and cutting it off right here. For those of you who haven't used a hot knife, it is a game changer. I've said this in some of my other videos, but it opens up a whole new world of crafting things that you can do. Things that, you know, you can modify and change, and it's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. There we go. There's one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other ones. I'm going to save this. This could be useful for something, not sure what, but something. Okay, so now that we have all our little hands cut and ready to go, what I'm going to be doing is attaching them right here on the side all the way around. I think it just adds a nice finishing touch to our plate. And I'm kind of doing it so the index finger's a little on. You can do it however you want. The lights, the red lights are still in there, so you want those to be able to show through. So do keep that in mind wherever you do place them. So I put a little bit of glue on the inside part of the hand and a tiny bit here at the index finger. And I'll let that just cool off for a minute and go around and do the rest. If you don't like the idea of putting the hands around, or you're opposed to the idea of using the hot knife, you could always put the little mini skeletons that they have at Dollar Tree, maybe lay them out going around. You could put the little mini skulls glued around. There's plenty of options. So it really, be creative and do whatever you think you might want to do, whatever look you want. I kind of like the hands. I think it looks really cool. But again, not everybody's going to want to use that hot knife. So whatever makes you feel comfortable. So I should have gone with my instinct. Every time I do not go with my instinct, I realize that I should have. So I was going to get 4 packs of the tongs, but I only got 3 and I am short. So I guess that's where we're going to put these to use. So I'm going to put one sort of like that, and maybe one crisscrossing over here just to kind of fill in the difference there. So if you want to use less tongs and use the bone part of the hand, you know, again, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and glue those on, and then I'll show you the finished product. You ready to see it now? For real this time, I promise. All right, here we go. Don't forget to subscribe.